unsteady. I feel ready, but my legs heavy. I don't get it, how come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it.
Alright guys, welcome to 4.6 Savage. Today I want to talk about something that's not really about cars. And I want to bring up the life of a content creator, what it's like, the stress, all of it. So, I don't know if I've touched on this a lot, but I tend to have moderate to severe depression at times. And that causes a lot of issues with my daily life. There's some days I go to work and I come home and I just can't deal with any of it. There's other days that I just can't deal general and I just don't go to work. And it's really stressful. Now, yes, there is medicine to help, and do I believe in medicine? No, I don't. Because the way the medicine works is by changing your own brain chemistry, and that's not how I am. That's not how I feel I should be. Now, yes, there's a lot of anti-stress things and everything I can do, and yeah, I know that. But a lot of it is, you know, you get overwhelmed. And that's a lot of what I've got going on right now is I don't have the money to do what I want to do, so I work more. But when I work more, I get discouraged from doing what I want to do. So I end up getting burnt out, and by the time I'm burnt out, you know, I just don't want to do anything like I was. You know, I've tried doing like Twitch on my days off. I've tried to stream. I've tried doing YouTube we're going on what, 5 years now, guys? And you know, it gets discouraging at times. You know, I don't get the views when I post videos, and all the other creators that I know have the same issues, and a lot of that is due to YouTube. One of my biggest issues is time. You know, I have to pick between sometimes spending time with my family or working 12 hours at a factory, or, you know, and I just don't have the time. And a lot of the reasons I don't make the content I want to is because it's a lot of stuff I do is one shot. You know, I get one chance to get it right, and then, you know, I put it together and I go to edit it, and it's worthless. And it puts a lot of stress on you. And slowly, as I've been growing up, I've been understanding more how to control your depression, how to get used to it, which is nothing you should really do. You should never become numb to it. You should find better ways to deal with it. Like, a lot of things I do. I used to go on walks when I was young, and I've started doing that again. That's kind of helping to get me back in a peace of mind that I'm not depressed, I'm not sad. You know, I wouldn't even say sadness, because all depression isn't sad. You know, I can have a conversation, it's great, you know, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, some days I just don't feel like adulting. I don't feel like existing. It's a lot of effort to put in to appease other people. And I'm sure everyone has this feeling, regardless whether you're depressed or not. It's not a specific depression thing, it's human nature. Just for me, I get this hardcore depression. And for those of you who do get depression and have the same thing as me and do it, don't get discouraged and stop what you want to do. You know, fight for what you want, and just learn to get better. Take some reading. Read some books on it. Find techniques that work with you. You know, I've slowly sorting out what works for me, and you know, a lot of that is I'm so used to doing stuff on my own that I have problems asking for help, and I get stressed out easily by myself. It's just like this thing right here. You know, if it wasn't for my grandfather, I probably wouldn't have half of it, even all these. If it wasn't for my wife, I probably wouldn't have any of this, you know. But a lot of that comes with stress, you know. Like that one's got a driver's side caliper that's gone and the timing cover that's going. And you know, I've got to work tonight. I work 12 hours, and whenever I get the money, I'm going to have to spend it on that to get it up and running. And it's hard to tell people your struggles without them, because when you're depressed, you don't want to feel the pity. That's why you don't tell nobody. You know, unless you're a person that likes pity and wants the attention on them, that's typically not someone who has depression. It's typically someone who's seeking attention. And I know that's going to be a controversial topic. I'm not even going to get into it. But I know when I'm depressed, there's some days that I just, even with the wife and the kids, I don't want to talk. I just barely want to exist. And it's hard for people to understand that, especially when you're not depressed as someone is depressed. It all depends. There's a lot, like me, I have a social battery. I'm very antisocial and I don't like to socialize, and that causes a lot of problems with my depression. You know, when I deal a lot with people and I'm socializing a lot, it wears me down and burns me out and gets me to this point where I just either want to sleep, or I don't want to talk to anybody, or, you know, I don't want to go do the things that I wanted to do before. And I have to take it in steps. And a lot of that changes based on the people you have around you. And sometimes other people make it easier on you, sometimes they don't. As far as me, you know, I would love to have the, you know, I don't know. I would love to be able to sit and be myself without being judged, but you know, by the time you get to that, it's really stupid sometimes. You know, sometimes being yourself isn't the best for the situation you're in or the people you're around, and I've slowly become to realize that in my age. And you know, I'm only 23. I got a long ways to go, but we'll see how it goes. You know, I deal with a lot at work, and I deal with a lot at home, and you know, sometimes I just want to not be there at all, no matter what I do. And it's not that I feel that I want to be like that, it's just sometimes that feels like that's the only thing that's right. And a lot of people don't understand this. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't even have depression, and you know, they get depressed, but being depressed and having depression sometimes is two very different things. You know, depression is normally where you get it more than once, you know, and it sticks with you and it drains you. I have anxiety too. I've got ADHD. I've probably got autism, you know, but you know, a lot of it is just the insecurities that you have about yourself. And you know, trying to become something when you're not, it takes a lot. Now, when I first started this, I couldn't show my face on camera. I couldn't talk to you like I am now and be okay with it. I've slowly gotten better as I've gotten older. But even like when I go to car shows, I know y'all have seen it, I'm timid. I don't want to walk up and talk to people, and that's just a characteristic I've always had. I used to be talkative when I was little, but nowadays I'm not the same. And you know, a lot of people don't understand it. It's not just me. It's not a complaint. The only complaint that I have is that I'm weak to the point that I allow it to interfere with my life. I shouldn't have to baby myself to enjoy my life, but I end up having to do it, and that takes away from other people's lives. There's a lot more I would like to do with my kids. There's a lot more I'd like to do with my friends, you know, and it comes down to money and, you know, time off and everything, and by the time I get there, I'm just absolutely exhausted. And you know, like I said, everyone has the point, but not everyone has the point where they're it's an ongoing thing. Some people will be like, you know, they're sad at that moment and then it's over, and then you got people like me that'll lay in the bed and sleep for 13 hours because I don't know what to do. I get ahead of myself and it overwhelms me, and I can't function. Even now, my thought processes, you know, I can't think of words on the fly like I used to. It makes me depressed that I can't act the way I used to. Yeah, I used to be able to do all this stuff and film and think of it, and I've always hated that I wasn't as professional as I could be. And a lot of that is because I limit myself. I'm the one that chooses not to edit. I'm the one that chooses to not put the effort in. But at the same time, the effort itself is what drags me down. And I know there's people that are going to be in the comments going to be like, well, you just have to push yourself through it. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes you can't push through it. You know, that there's days that you, as a depressed person, you get, and there's nothing you can do that'll make it better. It's not somebody that sets you off. It's not something. It's just sometimes you don't even know what's wrong. You feel it. It's like it's like a panic attack. And some days, you know, you can't get rid of it. There's some days that I have these, I call them anxiety attacks. They may not be that, but it feels like I'm on 100. It feels like I'm ready to fight someone, and I'm sitting in my chair and I'm not doing anything. It's like there's this anxiety, this anxiousness inside me that I can't comprehend. And some of that comes from not being able to tell what's going on inside here and what is real. And you know, someone with ADHD, we tend to mask our feelings a lot. We don't understand ourselves, and that causes a lot of problems. But you know, a lot of us, you know, that have depression and do these types of things, you know, we get discouraged very easily, and we lose the ability to want to do things, and it's really sad. And sometimes you got to check up on your friends that have it, you know, not always, you know, make them go out and do stuff, but just make sure they're okay, because there's not all the time do I want to go out, you know, and there's sometimes, you know, I would rather stay. Well, there's a lot of times I'm an introvert, so there's a lot of times I just don't want to go out. I want to stay by myself. But as an introvert and as an adult, you don't get to do that. You have to go to work. You have to make money. You have to do something. Now, there's an argument to that. There's lots of people that don't have to work, that don't have to make money, you know, and some of those people have had everything handed to them. Some of them have worked really hard to get what they've got. It's all a different thing. But most of the time when they've worked hard to get what they want, you don't see them yelling at somebody else or complaining about somebody else that they don't know what they've been through. Most people who've been through something or have depression and know how to deal with it and get what they want, they know it's hard, and you can talk to them and you can sit there and you know what they're talking about is real. Now, that's a lot of my problem is it's like that. I want to go ahead and I want to put a supercharger on it. I want to get gears done. I want to do everything. I want to get the Mustang done. I want to take care of Rose. I want to get her running. But I'm looking at $10,000 at least just to get the car running. That's not even turbo kit. That's nothing. You know, I don't have pistons. I don't have rods. I don't have heads. I don't have cams. I don't have roll cage. I don't have tube front. I don't have tires on the front rims. I don't have the control arms for the rear because the ones that I'm running currently are going to snap off. You know, and it's overwhelming. I go over there and there's not much for me left that I can do for free until I buy this stuff. And I ended up picking up welding because that's what I needed to do for the tube front. And you know, I've been trying, and I know it doesn't show for y'all because I haven't made a video in months, but there's nothing for me to make a video on, you know. I mean, y'all don't like the videos when I bring other cars into it. Y'all don't like the videos when I do anything else other than the Mustang. And you know, sometimes I can't get good footage of the Mustang, especially where it's at and taken care of and everything. I will have a video coming out on the Prius that I bought. I will be talking about that, but a lot of it is just, you know, I want to quit, and you know, part of me tells me you've been doing this for too long, so I don't quit. And you know how it goes. A lot of you know how it goes. And you know, I'm just hitting that point in my life where I'm slowly learning to grow up, and it's gonna take a while. And I'm paying my debt down, and I'm trying to get to a point where I can afford what I want. What I really want to do is I want to get rid of the Malibu, and I want to get a Focus RS. I've been looking at them, and I thought about pulling a loan out because I had found one for $28,000, but I don't think I want that $600 car payment. Well, I have debt, you know. I also want a house, you know. I've got other things going in the background, and I don't know, I run into the stuff, you know. I got friends that get to go out and they get to do what they want and have other friends to do things with, and then I get stuck because everybody I know is not from here, and you know, I can't really do anything with them. And my anti-socialness only allows me to make friends with certain people that I like, or certain people that just stand out to me, and it's very irritating at times. But if you have depression, if you know what I'm talking about, if you feel it, you can't just push through it. You have to learn what's happening, and you have to find a way to fix it. Now, sometimes that's gonna seem impossible, but you will make it through it. Yeah, I've always made it through it. Even some of the darkest days that I thought I wouldn't make it through. I mean, I never thought I'd make it past 18, and here I am at 23, and I don't know what to do with my life. And you know, I'm working at a factory 12 hours a day, and you know, it gets tiring. But the biggest advice I could get is always look forward to better yourself, and always look for people to hang around you that want to better themselves. Don't hang around people that want to go nowhere. If they want to sit and they don't want to work for it and they don't want to do anything, don't hang around them. You know, you can still talk to them, but don't associate, don't have a circle full of people that don't want to see you grow. You know, a lot of my issue is I want to eventually quit my job and have passive income. YouTube I thought was that for me, and you know, after 5 years of putting effort into it, I've realized it's not. I've also realized doing Twitch, or you know, that stuff is also not it. So I'm trying to start my own business, and I'm trying to get there, and we're gonna see how that goes. But this is just to let you know what all's been happening with me, why I haven't been posting. I'm gonna try to get back on a posting schedule. I've also got a couple other things I'm working with right now, but as soon as I have content, I will make a video and post. So remember, be savage, and always check up on your friends.